Graham Elliott was 31, a software engineer working remotely in a city that never felt like home. He had money, he had a nice apartment. But what he didn't have was anyone to share his mornings or his evenings with. His phone stayed silent. His dinners were microwavable, and his laughter, well, even he couldn't remember the last time he laughed. Then one rainy Tuesday, his internet went down. And for someone who lived online, that was basically a heart attack. Pattern interrupt, humorous line. No Wi-Fi in 2025? Is this the Stone Age? Graham panicked. He needed somewhere, anywhere, with Wi-Fi. That's when he spotted it. Whisker's Words. A small vintage bookstore tucked between a cafe and a pawn shop. He walked in, desperate for signal, and met his fate. Not with a woman, not with a magical book, but with a fat orange cat perched on a table, staring at him like, "You're not from around here, are you?" Narrator chuckles. This cat was named Hemingway. And oh boy, this furball had a reputation. He didn't like people. He swatted tourists. He once knocked over a latte onto someone's MacBook. But that day, Hemingway walked straight to Graham, rubbed his head against his hand, purred, and then sat on his laptop bag like he owned it. Pattern interrupt. Curious tone. Okay, but seriously, who trained this cat? Or was it the other way around? The store owner, an older woman named Margaret, smiled. If Hemingway likes you, you're not leaving this store the same. Graham laughed politely, but he didn't believe in signs. Not yet. The next day, Graham came back. Not for the Wi-Fi, but for the cat, and maybe the quiet. That's when he noticed her, a woman behind the back counter stacking books. She had freckles, messy hair, and a face like autumn. Her name was Lena. She was 28. A writer. She just moved back into town after heartbreak and burnout. No one knew she was back, not even her ex-fiancé, who thought she was still in New York. Emotional trigger. Fear, curiosity. She didn't believe in love anymore. Not after what it had cost her. She only believed in books and cats and the healing power of silence. Lena noticed Graham, too. But she didn't say anything. Until Hemingway, the furry Cupid, kept sitting on his lap and meowing until Lena brought him tea. And one day she spoke. "You're the only person he doesn't bite. Either you're magical or he's planning something." Graham laughed, sipping the chamomile tea she made. And just like that, they started talking. At first it was awkward. Books, tech, rainy days. Then it was deeper. Broken dreams. Lena's novel she couldn't finish. Graham's best friend who died 3 years ago, leaving a hole no code could fill. Emotional trigger, connection, and vulnerability. They started meeting daily, not by planning, but by fate. Or maybe, by feline design. Then one evening, as the first snow of the season drifted outside the bookstore window, Hemingway jumped onto the counter, knocked over a book, and in it, Graham found a note scribbled years ago by a customer. "Love comes to those who show up, even when they don't know why." He looked up. Lena was watching him. And suddenly, it wasn't about the cat, or the store, or the rain outside. It was about the way she looked at him like he mattered. Like she'd been waiting too. Graham had a job offer in Seattle, twice the money, new condo, big team. He was supposed to fly out Sunday. He didn't tell Lena. But Hemingway did. Yep. The cat stole the flight confirmation printout from his bag and dropped it on the bookstore floor. Lena saw it. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She just nodded and whispered, "Of course. That makes sense." But it didn't. Not to Graham. He walked out that day, packed, ordered an Uber. But halfway to the airport, the driver turned on the radio. It was playing their song, the one Lena always hummed. And just then, a notification buzzed. A photo. Hemingway, sitting at the bookstore window, waiting. "He hasn't moved since you left." Margaret Graham told the driver to turn around. He ran into the bookstore, breathless. Lena was still there, and for the first time in years. He kissed someone not because he was lonely, but because he finally felt found. He stayed. Finished building Lena's author website. Helped her self-publish her book. They bought the bookstore from Margaret when she retired. And Hemingway? He still knocks over lattes. But now he has 2 humans wrapped around his paw. So maybe you don't believe in signs or cats playing matchmaker, but sometimes all it takes is showing up, even when you don't know why, because serendipity doesn't knock. Sometimes it purrs.